Okay, so congratulations to everyone with your listings and sales. If you need any help with any of them, I'm certainly here for you on that. I want to talk to you about a couple things today, and it's what are we doing to get those listings? Because as you know, it's gold, right? If you want to make money in today's market, it's listings, 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 listings. So a couple things. First of all, you all know we have our listing contest. And it's not just Cabo, you guys, there's so many prizes. There's laptops, there's iPads, there's marketing dollars. There lots of goodies. And there is a sheet that I have right next to the copier. So if you don't know where your sheet is, you can grab a copy of it, make some extra copies, but you're going to get points. This is one of those contests. I don't want anybody to say, well, I'm new, or I'm not that seasoned, or, the seasoned agents are going to take it all. That's not what this is about. This is about points, and you can get points by doing a variety of things. One thing is getting a listing. You'll definitely get 5 points. 5 points equals 1 ticket. And every time you get a ticket, it's going to go right into the hat, and they're going to draw the winners, right? So 5 points to take a listing, 5 points when you send a buyer to Prosperity Mortgage and have them fill out a loan application. 5 points for taking a listing and getting it closed between April 1 and June 30. 5 points for utilizing Legendary Escrow. 2 points for putting a coming soon into the VAC. And then 1 point for each event, special prospecting event activities. So what the heck are those? It's right on the sheet here. There's an activity list right on the sheet. And I think I just emailed it to you on Friday too again. But activities are open houses, door knocking, postcard mailing, office activities. Let's talk about those, right? What are office activities, right? Social media. When you're posting your social media, you get a point for that. Sphere ads now with Chalk Digital. We're going to talk a little bit about Chalk Digital in a minute. You guys are all aware of the Puffix Sweepstakes, right? Oh my gosh, you guys, that's so cool. The emails have gone out. There is the sweetest little video with this dog. It's a sweepstakes for the consumer where they can enter the sweepstakes, and the winner will have, I don't know who's doing it. Somebody, they got some contractor building a doghouse as an exact replica of that family's house.
Only miniature.
Very miniature. Well, depending on the size of the dog, it might be a big dog. But it's really fun, and it's really cute. And I'll send you out the video and you can share it. It's already being shared on social media. So if you see Puffix, so that's a fun thing. And that's just something for the consumer to get them, just having fun and getting their dog to enter. Keep it down over there, please. Anyway, so you take all your activities that you're doing and bring it to me, and I'll initial it off. Again, it's a fun way to, number one, get listings, and number two, maybe win something. And if you have a lot of tickets in there, you may just be lounging in Cabo soon. Compliments of Berkshire Hathaway. So that would be an awesome thing. So let's talk about other marketing ideas for you that you can be doing. And I've showed you this before, but out of sight, out of mind. So I want to bring it back up to you. And it's our marketing calendar. Now this one's for 2021, but it can still be used because it's 12 months and it runs January through December. And there's different sections, and you can keep this right at your desk or at home on your wall or wherever you're sitting down to do your marketing. But the top section is direct mail. If you're thinking, I don't know what I can do to market myself, I'm just out of ideas, right? You come right here. Well, you got your postcards, you can do a market update. You can do a personal informational article or event personal message, monthly return reply flyer, special company pieces, the newsletters or what's going on at Berkshire, the Puffix contest, holiday themed specialty piece, notepads, update to databases when you're reviewing them, entering your CRM. These are marketing pieces that you can be doing. And then it talks about online social media and e-blast marketing, social networking, dashboard subscription, Facebook, blog, Twitter, Instagram, the VAC market report, the VAC neighborhood report. That's all stuff you can do online. Advertising, there's print advertising, outdoor advertising, video marketing, Instagram, AdWorks, Chalk Digital, and then one-on-one. And this is, all these other things, guys, are passive, right? Passive is fine. Passive will get your name out there and they'll maybe start remembering it after 8, 10, 20 times. They'll start remembering your name. But if you want active marketing to be eyeball to eyeball, that's where it is. And that's where you're going to get your biggest bang for the buck. And that's picking up the phone, making phone calls, door knocking, open houses, event marketing, cause marketing, networking groups. That's getting in front of people. And I know and this is great to have. If you don't have one and would like one, come see me and you can have it. But just like chamber mixers, excuse me, you don't have to wait for a mixer to go meet other businesses, right? Just take your business card, say, hey, I just want to introduce myself. I'm in the same parking lot as you. And if you ever hear of somebody who needs a realtor, I hope you think of me. Here's my card. Do you have a card? I'll share your business as well. That's what we do at chamber mixers, right? So why not do it? Why wait? You know, this is a perfect time to get out there and get some business. So just some ideas to be in front of people. You've got to be top of mind. And I want you to remember, because I hear this all the time too. Yeah, I sent out postcards a couple times. I didn't get anything. That didn't work. Or I'll hear, yeah, I tried that. That didn't work. And my heart just sinks, because what I really want you to remember is farming is a long-term process. It must be consistent and you must be persistent with it. So when I'm speaking of farming, I'm talking about a 12 to 24 month commitment, and it needs to be monthly, consistent, month after month before they really get to know you. If you're sending something out and then not doing anything for a few months, sending something out, not doing, it's hard to be top of mind, because guys, it's competitive right now. All the best in the business, they're out there, they're marketing, they're farming, they're finding listings. And that's what I'm going to talk about next. We're going to find some listings, and I'm going to try to each week bring you another idea. My friend and real estate, coach, Danielle Kennedy, has a saying, and many of you know her, but she has a saying, niche by niche, you'll get rich. And there are so many niches that you can be going after. And maybe you're not a door knocking kind of person. Maybe you think I'd rather, have a root canal than do that. Okay, well, let's think of something else you can do, because there's lots of different ways you can generate business. And the next one we're going to talk about is expired listings. And that is one way. We have expires, we have FSBOs, we have absentee owners. I mean, we have lists of, sphere of influence. There's lots of different places you can go to get business. But today, expired listings, those are the listings that are taken and they don't sell within the listing period, right? And so canceled and withdrawn, those are taken off the market before the listing expires. But expired listings are great because we know they wanted to sell at one point, right? And for some reason, that property didn't sell. So most common reasons, number one is price, is what we're seeing. It's just too much over market for what the buyers want to pay. Accessibility, I don't want a lockbox. I don't want, oh, you can only show it on Saturdays from 1 to 2. You guys, I'm not even remotely kidding. I've heard that recently. So you want a lineup of 32 people outside your door between 1 and 2. Awesome. Let's do it. Marketing, if there's no marketing going on, many agents will take a listing and they think, well, that's okay, it's just going to sell. Put my sign in the yard, it'll sell. And on some listings, yeah, we're getting multiple offers. In other listings, we are not. So it depends on the location. It depends on the condition. And again, condition of property, if it's not in a good condition, we have Apex. We're pretty lucky. We have this company that will go in and fix it up. But those are some common reasons. Another real common reason is maybe the agent, right? The agent doesn't work and play well with others, or isn't returning phone calls. Or I hear that all the time is, and we had one seller literally would set people up to call the agent to see how fast that agent returned phone calls. That is the honest truth. And she would call me, the seller would call me and say, it took them this long to call me back. And I'm thinking, oh my God, kidding me? But that is the honest truth. So, you know,
I just can't believe people do this, but when I was looking, my last house, I was looking for a client, and I cannot tell you how many times I would call an agent, and the person with the voicemail box is full. They
Oh,
cannot send
yes.
messages.
you know, I'm glad you brought that up.
Aren't you professional?
Here's the thing, though.
Voicemail box?
Here's what I've learned in our new smartphones. And yes, you're right, that the voicemail box should never be full. But in our smartphone phones, you know, we get these messages and then it's phone to text where we can read it. And then we just call back and we forget about going in and deleting those messages. So when you go in, and you probably all know this, and I'm just slow, and that's okay too. But when you go into your voicemail messages, mark them as deleted or delete them. And then you got to scroll down to the very bottom and there's a link that says deleted messages. If you click on that, all your deleted messages will show up. Then hit clear all and it'll clear out your inbox. A lot of agents don't realize that they have to go into that last step. They'll hit delete thinking, well, I deleted that message. You've got to go down to the deleted message link and hit clear all, and then it wipes out your voicemail box. So I'm glad you said that because that does happen a lot. But please return your phone calls. I mean, to other agents, to clients, even if you have 14 offers on a property and an agent calls you and says, do you have any offers? And you think, I just don't have time to return that person's call. Be professional, send back a text if you're busy and say 14 offers. Thank you for your interest. Just something to acknowledge and stay professional. That's important. So, but just keep in mind too, that homeowners whose listings have expired are generally targets of a barrage of agent calls right after their listing ends. People get these phone numbers and they get call after call after call after call after call. So what are you going to do to be different, right? How are you going to stand out? How are you going to approach that person? Let's talk about old expireds, new versus old expireds. The new expireds, if I went into the MLS right now, and let's just take a peek. I'm going to go in here and let's move you, get out of the way. We're going to go right here and I'll move you down here. Okay. So under my hot sheet here, there's 6 expireds today. There was 13 yesterday. So I'm going to click on these expireds. And I'm going to see where are these properties. And if there's something that I think, wow, this is a really cool listing, I might want to do some more research on it. Here's one right here, Stone Eagle Drive in Kauai Hills. That's probably a lot. But let's say I wanted to, let's do one that's probably owned here. Let's go here. This one is in Desert Princess in Cathedral City, right? So it's expired. It just expired today. I'm sure they're either going to renew the listing or they're going to get a barrage of phone calls, whatever it is. But days
on market 12. So,
well, let's look at the history. What I'm going to tell you about newly expired listings is you have to take a couple steps and do your homework. You have to be careful that you're not overstepping your boundaries. You're not taking somebody else's listing. So you just need to take a couple steps and do your homework. So if I look here, let's look at this first one here. Interesting. They had it on hold. We've been seeing this more and more where there's a couple days on the market and it shows it expired. And that's because they put it on hold for a period of time or it was withdrawn for a period of time. And then they put it back active and then it expires. And so what I would do at this point, I'm looking at this, I'm seeing the various times that this thing was on the market. I'm going to go, it's 67327. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go 67327. And it's North Chamawa. See right here. You can see closed, 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 expired, expired. Make sure none of them say active. Because if they say active, it's been relisted. That is not a listing you can go after, right? So be careful about that because you can be in trouble for going after someone else's listing. Yvonne just got on. Hello, Yvonne. Give me 1 second here. And so there's another way I like to do is called old expires. And what I do is I go on the MLS and I look back for the homes that were listed maybe 6 months to a year ago, right? And you can search those the same way by hitting flex, and we'll go into our quick search. And instead of active, we want expired listings. And we can come down here and see where it says I can't talk today. Expiration date. What was 6 months ago? November. So we'll go 11. Oh, let's go 6/1/21 to 11/1/21. And let's see what listings expired in Indian Wells. Right here. There were 19 expired listings in Indian Wells. So you can really go in and look at those. And then double check the addresses of any that look appealing. Like I want to go after this listing. What you want to do, let's just take this one, for example, in Mountain Cove, it's 46621. 46621. Wait, I wonder if it would show it here. There it is. Close, close, close. You'll want to make sure it did not close escrow after it expired here. Does that make sense? Because that means they listed it and it sold subsequently to it being expired. But if they never relisted it, this is a good opportunity because sometimes a year ago, I put it on the market. It didn't sell as fast as I wanted it to. I needed to get some income generated. So I threw a tenant in there. And how long do tenants normally stay? 6 months to a year, right? We might be approaching the time where the tenant's lease is going to be up. And you never know, maybe that landlord is thinking, I'm tired of being a landlord, right? So now we can reach out, contact that homeowner and then do our thing. I'm going to come back here real quick. And Yvonne, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
You're muted.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, we're not hearing you.
I heard her.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm on Zoom. I don't know if they can hear you in the office.
Yvonne?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I can't
I
We
hear
can
hear
hear
you.
on the Zoom. We can hear on the Zoom.
Let me,
Oh,
I can
no.
text Gina
Okay.
and just let her
Okay,
know.
well,
Because she couldn't hear me
weird.
earlier either.
Can you hear us? Okay, I think you
I
said
can hear you,
it
sir.
with the head nod. Yvonne, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Let me see if I can help here.
I can-
No, I think check your speaker. I know it's not muted, but maybe your volume needs to be turned up. Oh, you guys can
Well,
hear her.
Mhm.
Why can't we
Yeah,
hear
we
her?
can
I'm
hear
calling-
on Zoom.
Yeah, I'm calling
Huh.
from the phone number.
Yeah, we hear you fine.
That's
So
weird.
it's something on their end. They can't,
No,
she
the
doesn't have
volume
it.
is up.
Yeah.
And volume here up. Wow. Well,
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, well,
I don't know how to fix this. Let's come here, you go away. Let me. Well, I can't see your face either, so I don't know if you're done talking.
no, I'm here, but I'm calling from the phone. Let me see.
Hello?
She's here.
Okay. Yeah, no, if I want to mute her, I don't want to mute her. I just don't understand why we're not hearing it. Let me do this. Let me go to here. And let's try that.
Oh, you have a choice in speakers.
Can you hear me now? Yes.
I can hear you.
Yvonne,
but-
are you speaking?
Yeah, I'm speaking.
That's not the speaker. See her talking.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem might be.
Should it be on the
Huh.
Samsung speakers? On your selection, not the microphone, but down below you had speakers.
Then they wouldn't hear me. Oh, let me do this. Headphone. Okay, try that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay!
Thank you, Mark. Okay, hi, Yvonne.
Hi. Good morning, everyone. So sorry about getting on your call late. I was finishing up with Larry Tate's office. So I'm sure everyone received the marketing flyer that I just sent out this morning around 9 a.m. It's called Escrow Companies and Offering Discounted Services. So I want to kind of go over this topic. It's been a discussion, and all of our offices are dealing with it across the board. So I know everyone loves a deal or a discount, but there's that old saying, you get what you pay for. So this is true when it comes to escrow. When you consider that buying a home is one of your most significant investments, it pays to work with a reputable company with a variety of employees who are experts at the art of escrow. So I wanted to kind of go over some key points on that. So when escrow companies are offering discounts, they often do that and they do not have a robust system to protect your personal and financial information, which is critical during the escrow process. At Legendary Escrow Service, all of our systems are comprehensive and exceed industry requirements. This includes maintaining our SOC1 and SOC2 certifications. These are external auditing programs that are put in place to ensure that our processes remain secure. Discounted escrow companies that offer, services for discounts on escrow fees, these companies are skilled at the art of the bait and switch. So, once you get into the door, it starts, well, you might need additional fees for other services. So just, be wary and be cautious about what they're offering you. At Legendary Escrow Service, by comparison, all of our escrow offices are full-time and experienced. We are committed to offering the highest level of customer service, giving our clients the attention their escrow deserves. There are almost 1,000 independent escrow companies and branches of all sizes in California. And there's a main topic I really want to go over. And so when these discounted escrow companies are offering and advertising no escrow fees, let's say to the seller, by offering a discount on the escrow fee to the seller and not to the buyer of the same transaction, that too is considered a kickback. And not only that, under the Federal Dodd-Frank Act, it is a violation of the Unfair, Deceptive, or Abusive Acts Practice Act. If you are giving something of value to one party, you must provide the same to the other or disclose it to the other party. You want to change the seller, their fees to, let's say, 0, and then charge the buyer $2,500, you need to fully disclose the discount in writing to the buyer. A lot of these escrow companies are not disclosing properly. So, it falls on everybody for that transaction. So make sure when you're using these type of services and you're trying to cut costs for your seller, remember, everything needs to be disclosed because nothing's for free. So if it's $0 to the seller, it's going to be put onto the buyer side. So be cautious of that. And if it's not disclosed properly, then now that file, if it ever comes down to auditing, well, everybody part of that transaction is going to be pulled when the Department of Business of Oversight, the DFPI, reviews those files. So an internal audit. So as you research escrow companies, ask yourself these questions. What is the company's motivation and what do they want my business? Discounted escrow companies, a lot of these companies are motivated by money and transaction volume. Legendary Escrow Service, we're a dedicated team of escrow experts, and we are motivated by our reputation. The best compliment you can give us is a referral, and many of our clients come to us by word of mouth. We are invested in creating a long-term relationship with our clients, one that is built on trust. So the same thing that our Berkshire, any other different real estate companies, fighting for the amount of commission that you want to list houses for. Zillow and Redfin, when they advertise that they're, cutting costs and the commission is going to be lower, our industry for escrow goes through the same type of hurdles that you guys go through. So that's why it's so important to utilize services, because we're trying to support one another and make sure that it's fair all the way across the board. Department of Business Oversight, the DFPI, has voted on this particular subject, but it has not been finalized yet. So we are waiting to see what's going to happen and transpire with that. So just be cautious. Make sure that you guys are showing the discounts in writing to the buyer. It is crucial that you choose an escrow holder and settlement agent who can bring their knowledge and experience to your transaction. Just remember that price is not the only consideration. Attention to your specific needs and securities in place can and should be more important in most cases. So we just want to thank all of our Berkshire agents for utilizing services. We truly appreciate every transaction that comes to the escrow officer's desk. It really means a lot to us. Giving the support for services is awesome. And so I just want to, tell all of you, thank you very much for utilizing Legendary Escrow. And thank you, Gina, for having me on your call today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Yvonne. I appreciate everything you guys do. Have a great day.
You too, Gina.
Thanks. Okay. She was on 2 other meetings, so she had to pop onto ours in the middle. So thank you for the patience there. Okay, back to new and old expired. So that's how you search for your expireds. Go into the MLS. You can either get current ones or old ones, but old ones are always good because you can snag those who thought, well, maybe now is a better time to sell, or now I really don't like being a landlord. Keep track of those. Oh, I almost got this listing, Gina, but they decided to put a tenant in it. Great. Keep in contact with them, because having a tenant is running a business, and a lot of people don't realize how much work it really is to be a landlord. So you want to make sure that you're just staying in touch. Always get them into your drip systems.
The honeymoon can end quickly.
Yes, it can. Okay, so check the MLS. You can call, you can door knock, email, or send a package. Remember, calling and door knocking, that's active marketing. That's getting eyeball to eyeball. Your results will happen much quicker. Oh my God, Gina, I cannot door knock and I cannot call. Okay, then let's do something else. You got to do something, right? Let's figure out what you can do then. All right, let's talk to other businesses. Let's send emails, but emails are going to get lost, guys. I mean, if it's anything important, you want to be able to pick up the phone. Even with our neighborhood reports, we've talked about that. Look and see who's opening them and who's not opening them, and then pick up the phone and say, hey, I see you're opening the neighborhood reports. How do you like them, right? If they're not opening them, just wanted to check in with you. I'm sending a neighborhood report to this particular development. Have you been receiving them? Now, they haven't been opening them, but maybe they receive them and just delete them. That's okay too, doesn't matter. Or you can mail them. I mean, there's so many different things you can do to get the word out there. The object is to get it out there. If you're going to send a package, I remember at one Tom Ferry event, they had a whole panel of agents up there that were talking about their successes in expired listings. And think about what you're sending and how you're sending it. So if you're going to send a package, you want it to be a wow package, right? You want it to scream, this is the agent I want to work with. So you might want to send some type of listing presentation. I don't know if you want to mail the whole thing, or you might want to pull out some information from it, but it needs to be a wow. You want to put on some kind of brochure of you, who are you? Some type of bio. Why are you different than all these other agents who couldn't sell their home in the past, right? Have your value proposition. We've talked about that several times. Why should somebody work with you over the next agent? That is your value proposition. You need to have that. So, and then when you're sticking it in the mail, put it in a nice, white 9x12 type envelope. And I got to tell you, some of the agents who've had the most success, they've handwritten the envelopes, and they use stamps like maybe like a wedding stamp or like a party stamp. So when people get this envelope, they're thinking, wow, I've just been invited to a cool thing, and they open that bad boy right up. So, whatever you can do to get your envelope opened. And I laugh because right after that seminar that I was at, I got these car dealerships, right? They are constantly sending mail and whatnot. And I get this beautiful envelope and I'm thinking, gosh, who's this from? Handwritten. I open it up. It was from a car dealer guy saying, oh, here, let me buy your car and sell you a new one. And I thought, oh, he used that Tom Ferry method because I got this envelope open. So actually I threw him into my pipeline, but because that's good marketing, right? Anyway, so you want to get the word out that you're there, you're available. It's all about the touch points. Get them into your VAC. You know, when I hear, well, I don't know anybody, I don't know how to, find people. People are everywhere. Let's go get them and put them into your VAC. Do an introduction, send them a note, send them something saying, hey, I just want to introduce myself to you. It's business. If you were opening a clothing store, what would you do to get the word out? Would you not put out a sign? Would you sit in an empty store with no sign, no marketing and think, gosh, somebody's got to come to me? They're not. They don't know you exist. So you are a store, except you sell houses. And so you need to put your sign out. You need to market yourself constantly. And then look, I know it sounds like stalking and it kind of is, but look them up on social media, right? See what they're doing, friend them. It's all about relationships. And if you forget everything else, don't ever forget people do business with people they like, right? So you just need to develop friendships. You just need to develop business. You just need to develop that trust, I should say, and you will get the business. So here's some 6 strategies. Confirm the expiration. You got to make sure that it's not listed, because if it's listed and you go after it, it's an MLS violation. Stay low key, be persistent, stay consistent. When calling, be persistent, and understanding of their personality type is critical as they've been previously disappointed. You'll be able to know, and there's books on this, and Rick Berube does this every single month at his success series about personality types. So you want to be aware, you want to reflect, and you've heard this, if somebody is speaking loudly, you want to mimic what they're doing. If they're sitting quietly, you want to speak to them quietly, right? It's one of the rule number ones. You mimic the body language and voice of the person with whom you're speaking. So, and just remember, their house didn't sell. They are somewhat disappointed. They've got, some upset stuff to get out, because why didn't my house sell? Everybody else's is selling for more than market and mine expired. What's going on here, right? So they have some pent up frustration probably. Meet in person, always go for the appointment. Let's get that appointment scheduled. Face-to-face is ideal. It's also going to demonstrate your high level of interest and allow for better rapport building. Be ready for your listing presentation. If I were to ask everybody in this room and on Zoom, hey, if I called you right now and said, come list my house, are you ready for your listing appointment? If your answer is no, then it's, what your job is today. Get yourself ready. If you don't know what to do, then we need to just sit down and have a coaching session, and I'll help you get ready. But if you're ready, way to go. That's kudos. You should have your listing presentation box ready to go. If you don't know, go see Mason. He's here today. And practice it. Hi, Mason. You want to practice it every single day. Use your pets, use your kids, use your grandkids, use whomever, but practice every day. And best advice I ever got, because we get in our own heads and we start thinking of all the reasons why we shouldn't do this, because it's not going to work anyway. Stop it. Stop it immediately. Write down everything you think that they're going to ask that you're afraid to answer. What is your commission? Agents freak out over that. I don't know why. It's not a problem. It's our marketing fee. It's how we get paid. And we can easily explain why our fee is what our fee is. If you're not sure how to do that, I'm happy to sit one-on-one with you and coach you through that. I don't want it on the market for 6 months. Okay, we can take a shorter listing. I want to price it here. Whatever you think their objections are going to be, write it down and practice those comebacks. Practice what you're going to say. If you're saying, well, Gina, I don't know what to say, that's the problem. Wonderful. That means you and I need to sit down and have a conversation, and we can practice off each other. We can just tell me which ones you're having struggles with, and we can work on that together. Identify why the listing didn't sell. Identify why the homeowners feel their home did not sell will give you a better understanding what's important to them. So that is one question you're going to ask them. Why do you think your home didn't sell? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, well, the agent didn't do their job. They'll never believe its price, right? But there's a reason why the home didn't sell. We need to figure that out. Show how their experience with you will be different. Have answers prepared for how you will do things differently than their previous agent did. So it's a whole niche, it's a whole strategy, and you have to look at it. You know, what I don't want is for you guys to just throw ideas and stuff out once and say, well, that didn't work, and get disappointed. Let's put strategies in place. This is my expired listing strategy. This is my for sale by owner strategy. This is my absentee owner strategy. You're running a business. So for each niche, let's put a strategy in place and figure out what we can do to go get that business. And then of course, make contact using our lead generation tools. You can call them. Of course, our title companies can help us get, you know, phone numbers. They're very inexpensive. You can door knock, mail, email, send them a BMA from buy side. That's a great tool that you can just put in an envelope and say, here's, you know, just thought you'd like to see this. If you're still interested in selling, I'd love to talk to you, right? The key is, again, you got to be consistent and fill your database and your VAC with names. Start, you know, just really working on it. I would really focus, if you're not actively running business every single day already, make it a goal to add so many names to your VAC every week. Like this week, I'm going to add 10 names to my VAC and figure out, how am I going to go meet 10 people? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? If you're not sure, let's sit down and talk about it. But there's options, there's ways of doing it. So let's hit it hard, because listings are going to be coming up. In a few months, they're going to be hitting the market, and you can either be poised and ready to take the listing, or you could say, wow, I wish I would have farmed when Gina told me to, right? Plant in the spring, sow in the fall. It's spring. It is time we plant our seeds and get out there and get the harvest ready to go. So when these listings start coming, you are the one who's top of mind. And then assign them to a drip campaign. We have a nice expired listing campaign. If you just want to email these folks, this is the sample of it in the VAC. You put that contact's name in the VAC and click on the marketing campaign, expired listing campaign, and they're going to get an email from you selecting the real estate agent, pricing your home to sell, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you'll be able to go in there and set them up once, and now they're going to get an email from you every, you know, few days for 13 days with your name in front of them. So if they do have an interest in selling, they're going to call you. Okay. And here's a sample script. This is on the VAC. It's part of Rick Berrubi's success series. This is his script. Tom Ferry has scripts. Mike Ferry has scripts. Every coach out there has scripts for expireds. I know I hear agents say, I hate scripts. They're cheesy. They don't work. Well, yes, they do work, but make them you. We all have our own style. We all have our own way of saying things. So take the verbiage and just make it you. Make it comfortable for you to say, and you can say it maybe a little bit differently, but you're saying the same thing. So scripts are super important. You just have to know what to say when it's time to have a conversation. Let me ask you this though, if you were at a party and somebody was somebody walks up to you, introduce themselves, and you're just chit-chatting, right? Small talk, it's a social party, and they ask you a question about real estate, you're going to talk to them, right? You're just going to talk because you're having just a conversation. Welcome to your real estate business. That's all you need to do is have conversations with people. Just talk to them. Don't get hung up on the details. It'll all work out, I promise you. When it's ready for that formal appointment, we'll sit down. I'll give you everything that you can go over with them, and you'll be good to go. But whatever, just practice it every single day. The better you get, the more confident you'll be, and the more appointments you'll get. And then when you get that listing, as many of you have seen, we no longer are using AdWorks. We're using Chalk Digital. So Chalk Digital has replaced it. We need to go into your listing. If you have any listing presentations, make sure you go in and take out the page that talks about AdWorks. And we have a flyer right in the VAC already for our digital advertising Chalk. So you want to take that and replace the AdWorks one with that one. And then remove the video link, because we've all been sending out the pre-listing package with the listing presentation, the marketing, Apex, and the AdWorks. We just need to delete the AdWorks video link for right now. And Home Services is working on the Chalk Digital video link that we'll be able to use. So just a couple of reminders there. And when you get a new listing and get it into the MLS, this is what's happening. Chalk is going to monitor all of our listings. They're going to build a custom ad, just listed ad campaign for you, just like AdWorks did. And you're going to get this customized email to you that basically says, dear Greg, congratulations on your new listing. Here is what your ad looks like. You can customize it. And so when you get that, and if you don't get it, don't just say, well, I didn't get it. Go look into your spam, find it. Every person who puts a listing into the MLS will get this email. It's super important your sellers see this, right? So if it's a regular listing or if it's a luxury listing, you can pick whichever one you want there. You can pick the type of ad you want. Here's the different ad sizes. That's luxury. Here's where you customize it. And we're going to get training on this next week. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Where do you want to target your ad? And it's normally within 15-mile radius of the property. It's just one of those just listed. Why are we doing this? For more listings in that neighborhood, right? So this is what you're going to put where you're going to target this ad. This is where you're going to put your client's name and email. It's super important you go in there and do that, because now Chalk is going to send them the ad saying, here is your property ad. Your seller's going to click on it and open it. It puts the cookies in their computer. And now when they're online, they're going to see you advertising their home on a consistent basis. But more importantly, they're going to get a daily report with the stats. This is how many people viewed your listing. This is where they came from, all the different lead sources that they're coming from. So your sellers, where most agents say, yes, I'm going to market your home online. You're not only marketing it online, but you're showing them the results. And I think that's what's critical, is that last final piece, showing the results. And so campaign summary. So that's really Chalk Digital. But we're going to have training on it next Wednesday. We'll talk about that in a second. This is the #1 way, guys. Everybody's online. Everybody's got their phones with constantly. If you want to be people, you need to be where people are, right? And that's online and in front of their phones. Any questions on any expireds or Chalk? Let's make sure here. Okay, moving on along then, advertising. Don't forget to contact Mason if you would like to be in the desert sun. If you don't have a property, look on the MLS, contact one of our listing agents and ask them if you can advertise one of their properties. Advertise yourself. Maybe you can, I don't know, that maybe you can advertise a development that you're working in. Homes range from this price to this price. Call me for details. There's all kinds of things you can do, but just remember, the purpose of this ad is not just to sell this listing, because really it's for the seller. The sellers want to see their homes advertised. The purpose of this ad is so now you have proof of success. You can take it to a listing presentation and say, this is one of the ways I market myself, right? But most important, what did I say about name recognition? They see your name week after week after week on this magazine. Then they get a letter from you or a postcard, and then they get a phone call from you. They feel like they know you. You become the Valley's celebrity. You really do. You become a local celebrity. So that's the reason you want to make these ads, is name recognition. So if he reaches out to you, if he doesn't reach out to you, reach out to him. I know we all got an email yesterday too from Maria. If you're getting or have a high-end listing, Prestige magazine comes out once a quarter. It's only $100 to be in Prestige magazine, and it goes all over the world. So you want to be able to get your listing in there again. Not even if your listing's in escrow, heck, I would throw it in there anyway, just because now you have yourself in Prestige magazine and say, here, this is what I can do for you. And it just gives you more credibility. Okay, Mason, do you have any updates for us? Okay, Mason was at the Coachella Festival this last weekend. Today's his first day in. And so, yeah, he's catching up on a few things, but if you need anything, certainly reach out to him and let him know. Miss Maria.
You're saying don't yell at you? Your head's a little buzzing there a little bit. Still hear the crowd. Yeah.
We'll do the wave when we finish here. Maria.
Good morning, everyone. I am at the front desk if you need sky slope help, if you need training for anything, I'm available. So just give me a call or shoot me an email and I'll pencil you in. I'm here every day, 8 to 5.
Yay, and we're so grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I will audit you after this.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that too. But I don't know, many of you might know Imelda lost her father a few days ago, and she's got some personal family things happening. So she is taking a little bit of time off. And so you're welcome to text her, email her any well wishes you might have. And we always wish her the best, always. In the meantime, our lovely Maria has stepped in, and she has been also assisting the Palm Desert office because the admin in Palm Desert has been on a leave of absence for a medical issue. And so you're just a saint. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So you see me running around.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, she's in charge of auditing all the desert files and helping and training, and yeah, but she's got it. She's a pro. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. Okay. Today, Troy Rearson, our general manager for all 3 states, is going to be the special guest for Facebook Live today at 1:30. He's talking about 5 steps to create your specific journey. And so I encourage you to log into that. Next Tuesday, we're going to do just a short office meeting. Dwayne Carrier is going to be here. He has a class that he does for the Board of Realtors out there called I've Opened Escrow, Now What? And it's a full-on class of what you're expected to do when you're in escrow and how to overcome some of these issues that come up, et cetera. But it's a step-by-step process. We're going to do it together as a team. And so it'll be a lot of fun, and you might learn, if you're a seasoned pro, you probably can teach the class. But if you not, then you definitely want to be part of this. In any event, Wednesday, the 27th, next week at 11 a.m., we're doing a chalk digital training. It will be here in this office. They're doing it on Zoom because they're on the East Coast. I'm not sure if I'll be able to Zoom a Zoom, right? So you might want to just be here for that. And if you need to set up your own private training, I'm sure they'll be happy to do that as well. But then on that same day at 12, Zoom, the Chalk Digital is from 11 to 12. At 12 o'clock, BPI Home Inspections is bringing lunch here. And they're doing just a class on home inspections and what they do and how to read a report and what to look for. And all that good stuff. So RSVP please to Maria so she has a head count so we can give to them. On Tuesday, May 10th, that's in 2 weeks, we're doing part of our office meeting is going to be social media. Ryan Lara from the Palm Desert office, he is, he's a millennial. He's got this tech stuff down like no one's business. And so he's going to help you set up your social media stuff. that you are, I've had several people say, I need help setting up my Instagram, my business page, my whatever. He's going to cover that. He and Mason are actually putting this on together. And so if you want to get your social media fired up and rearing to go, you definitely don't want to miss that. And then the following Tuesday, May 17th, I've got Adam Nishikawa coming of Exchange Resources. He is doing his annual 1031 exchange update for us. And he will be live in this office. He drives from San Diego. He's going to be here, or Orange County, I mean. He's going to be here live in the office to see all of you. So mark your calendars. We got so much going on and it's all really great, relevant stuff. So hope you're here. Just a reminder, I don't send out spam texts saying, give me money or gift cards. Those will never come from me. So if you ever get anything like that, just report it to the fraud place. And then there's my Calendly link. If you ever need some one-on-one time with me, just jump on, schedule some time, and I am here for you. Whew, any plugs or wants? On Zoom? Let me stop sharing here so I can see. There we go. Okay, let me look here. Wait.
Gina,
Hello there.
I just got the new magazine yesterday for the national magazine, but they're pushing they're wanting us to really get into the fair housing. And there's a really excellent sheet that came with that gives us the basis of what we can and can't do. And I'm
Yes.
telling you, looking at that and what we've done in the past, I probably should be in jail. I mean, they recommend, we can't recommend school districts. We can't recommend anything. Where in the past, you know, people are looking for areas with great school districts and that, and it's really putting a limit on us as far as what we can do. So it might be something the office might want to get together and talk about.
There's a lot on fair housing that we need to be aware of, and you're right, it's encompassing so much. School districts are important. I mean, they're for a few reasons. Number one, you know, you never want to say this is a better school district than this school district, because you know that's we just can't do that. But we can give them the websites and say, here's the website to the various school districts. Go do your research and decide where you want to be. You can.
But there's a
certainly do
list
that.
of 20 things, I believe it was, that really, when I read it, I was surprised.
Yeah.
Very surprised.
Thank you for reading it. And
Yeah.
if you
Oh, yeah.
haven't read it yet, please do. I'm getting something from the Department of Real Estate or the NAR or CAR almost daily about fair housing. So it's a big deal right now. So make sure you are going through and reading those emails. They're not just junk. Thanks,
Okay.
Ellen.
Okay.
Any other information, plugs, wants, coming soon listings you'd like to plug? Okay, with that said, then I wish you all the best. If you need one of these, come and see me and I'll be happy to give you one. And let me know whatever you need. I'm here for you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you being here. Stop.
And by the way, Ellen, there's other things you probably should have been